Dr. Shri Balaji Tambe. He will speak on the globalization of Ayurveda healthcare services option. Dr. Balaji Tambe needs no introduction, but for formality, he is a director of Atma Santulan Kendra at Karla. He runs the center. The center is run by a self-sufficient working global community which practices Ayurveda, its branches, sub-branches. He has developed products for various Ayurvedic peripheries. He conducts authentic Panchakarma procedures for last 15 years. He runs the center in Germany, Switzerland and Austria. They are functioning in Europe. Since 1982, he has been the ambassador for Ayurveda, for propagating Ayurveda over the globe. He is member of the Pharmacopoeia Company for Government of India. He is a member of Pune University, Board of College and University Development. And he has written many articles in international yoga journals and Ayurveda journals. For last 3 years, he is reaching to the masses through Family Doctor, document of Sakal newspaper, and he is practicing Ayurveda for the last 35 years. Sir, I request you to deliver your thoughts on this subject.
Thank you. Honorable dignitaries on the dais and my friends here, contribution of pharmaceutical industry for future of Ayurveda, and particularly I was told for globalization of Ayurveda healthcare services option. I don't know, we are here for this Congress, and is it about Ayurveda as a science, Ayurveda as a knowledge, Ayurveda as Indian tradition, or Ayurveda as a business? This globalization and the discussions more about the figures, how much export and what we do, and also in the aspect of globalization, our discussions about certifying and bringing to the level of the modern science, the Ayurveda, then only it can be globalized, generally makes an understanding that we are here for making more the Ayurvedic business as such. But, sorry sir, it is true that without this industry, pharmaceutical industry of Ayurveda, and without the business, there cannot be a proper support and propagation to the entire system of Ayurveda. As we all know that Ayurveda is a completely holistic system. Now when we talk about the Ayurvedic pharmaceutical industry, I am sure that even though they are struggling hard to solve the difficulties of that industry, but the need in the world of Ayurveda and the Ayurvedic services is very urgent. And we have started with a very basic thing of deciding or certifying the basic herbal drug, the basic herbal plant, to identify and to certify that it is a particular herb and coming from a particular family, and then we'll come to the medicine part. Apart from, there are many prohibitions. I was surprised, and I am not so much informed about, but I saw a figure here that there are exports of sandalwood chips and something sandalwood products. Now you will be surprised that our industry here is banned. We are not allowed to keep or use any sandalwood anywhere in our Ayurvedic medicine. If the country has sandalwood for export, why not make it available to the Ayurveda? I don't understand. Same thing with so many important medicines which are looked for. The entire public, as I move in the society, I understand that people are looking for some cure which has become difficult by the modern developed medicine, not only medicine, the surgery and all that. And then they are looking for medicines which are complicated medicines and not only single herb. But since it is difficult to promote and export difficult medicines or compound medicines, whole department and entire efforts are being made to first of all say that our herb, say plant tulsi, is tulsi. It is free from so many things and it can be exported. People at large in India itself and all around the world are looking for Ayurvedic treatment to solve their complicated problems. And I think it should not become too late by this process. I come to the basic thing, like I can say that in the health service as such, Ayurveda is itself a holistic system. There are two main branches we can make. The main branch of Ayurveda and the Upanga, means the peripheral things. In the main branch, there is a diagnostic system, and I have something to say that we have to give tremendous importance to this diagnostic system, or at least the integration of the modern machines to be used for Ayurvedic understanding. I also think that if Ayurveda has to become global, the philosophy of Ayurveda, the knowledge of Ayurveda is prime importance to be given to the people in the world, that they will understand that this is something, a holistic system of treatment, and not only working on ingredient based or effectiveness based system. The second is the treatment itself. In treatment there are eightfold Ayurvedic different divisions. In that, medicine is naturally one of the main point of the triangle, where we can say the medicine, therapy, the Vaidya means the doctor and patient is as a nucleus. And this medicine at the moment is moving with a very turtle speed, and I don't know how it will be able to make this globalization unless we start from the faster end. The plant medicine, there are bans. Many plants are banned. For what reason? Somebody has to understand. Then in minerals, there is a tremendous now doubt created in all over the world. Therefore, the minerals, we have seen that the export is reducing unluckily last 2 years. It is not going up since there was a propaganda that the minerals are making problems. On the contrary, the minerals will not only save the mankind, but it will save the forestry also. Because if we use only herbal medicine, then there is a problem. The potentized medicine, Siddha medicine, which is using more minerals, is necessary. And the third is the animal products. Hundreds of tons of Mrugashrunga, the horns of the deer, and which is a very important medicine in blood pressure, diabetes and heart today, which are very big spreading diseases, it is banned. It cannot be used. The governments and the forest departments have stocks. I would request our members here that please see something. I know that many departments in the government, many ministries are involved, but if somebody doesn't take a quick action, by the time people lose the interest in these drugs, then it will be too late. In the indirect system, Upanga, we have Ayurvedic physiotherapy, which is almost 50% has started penetrating in the global market. Then change in the lifestyle also has gone in the global market, and yoga, which is also a branch or which is a complementary body of the Ayurveda, has also penetrated. I would say the Ayurveda to make globalized, first we can give very quick importance and understanding to these three branches. Therapies means Panchakarma or all Ayurvedic therapies which are suggested, which have very beautiful results, and patient get relief in the diseases where it is very difficult. The second is indirect treatment. In indirect treatment, it starts with the public awareness. And the public awareness about the knowledge of Ayurveda and the possibility to treat something is very important. In the global market I am talking about, in India it is going on to some extent, but it should reach the global market. People at large, they know now Panchakarma, Abhyanga or something, the words. They don't know yet the entire Ayurvedic philosophy as such. The second is Ayurvedic tourism, which is also already penetrating and it can make globalization very fast. Then comes diet and dietary planning. It is important to tell people about the Ayurvedic way of understanding that the Shadrasas and 4 types of food and the health, how to maintain in different seasons. And these things can penetrate in globally very fast. They have already started going. We were doing workshops on yoga, on the diet planning, on Ayurvedic cooking for last many years, and there is a very good response all over the world. And then comes the other things like Ayurvedic Graha Chikitsa, which has been totally at the moment banned almost, because it has got certain remedies which are not proved by logic, not modern science. Modern science is far away, but even logically to tell is very difficult. But for today's influenza, virus infections and such problems like AIDS or any infection in the gynec and urinary tract, the Graha Chikitsa is working very fantastic, and that can go very easily globally, because there is no need that the modern medicine or the rules of the medicine industry can prevent this, since there is nothing to go in the body or patient has not to take something. Ladies and gentlemen, the industry really is very difficult. But last 2 minutes, I have very little time, 5 minutes are there. But I will say that now we come to the industry of a doctor. In Ayurvedic globalization, what is the role of a practitioner? The medicines will go, the herbs will go, different things will go. How the doctors are going there? This is a very important thing. At the moment, the Ayurvedic doctors are going somewhere giving lectures, practicing some Ayurveda by giving some single herbal 3-4 combinations, or maybe they are also working on therapies like Panchakarma massage, and these are not real Ayurvedic chapters, these are all secondary things. It is not possible to diagnose somebody, first diagnosis, and give him any medical guidance. When on behalf of Government of India, I was there in the Hanover Expo 2000, we were trying, the government also tried, that we should be allowed to predict and help people by diagnosing the pulse, and I was there for 20 days. The German government said, or the European representatives said, that it is not possible like this, but you take one allopathic doctor from their country, he will sit beside, and then whatever you want to do, but it should be guided from his mouth, because Ayurveda is not allowed. Now you can imagine, if I check the pulse, how he is going to prescribe? But the idea is that we are not allowed to practice Ayurveda there, and every Ayurvedic doctor is allowed to make his own medicines. I am sure that the quality control and the efficacy, the standardization is best in small manufacturing practice, because we have not to sell this medicine across the counter and leave it to the patient. We have to treat a patient and show him result. We have to cure him. And if globalization of Ayurveda has to take place, Ayurvedic doctors should be allowed to practice in different countries. The people from different countries should learn to come to India. They should learn Ayurveda, and after going they will need medicines to make by themselves, because our industry, Ayurvedic industry, pharmaceutical industry is giving lot of medicines, but the Vaidya has to make medicine, the private practitioner has to make a medicine for few patients for a particular problem, and he cannot all the time use medicines from the pharmaceutical industry. And for that, which standardization and how to promote this globally, this is really a subject of thinking. I am sure that in this Congress, to some extent, we have discussed enough, and this should be applied to the Ayurvedic private practitioners, that they can go globally. When there will be doctors in every country, they will be called as Ayurvedic doctors. When the Indian national will get a chance to go and practice anywhere in the world as Ayurvedic doctor, I will say that it is really a globalization of the Ayurvedic pharmacy, Ayurvedic industry, Ayurvedic practice, and Ayurvedic philosophy. Ladies and gentlemen, I have finished it in time. Thank you very much.